What happens when you take one of the world's most durable firearms, add a reliable side scope mount, and one of the best optics in the world? We decided to find out in hog country.
After shooting AKs for a bunch of years now, having a sight mount on the side of an AK it's amazing.
So Century designs and builds these fantastic AK rifles, the C39 V2 and the RAS 47, and they're 100% made in the United States. So we've got the C39 V2, this is Century Arms, this is our flagship model rifle.
The biggest issue has been able to mount some kind of sighting system on an AK.
It's been the biggest issue ever.
Always.
So the engineers at Century came up with just replacing the side rail that goes on the AKs. And we designed a whole new mount, the red dot side mount. We are the only company that you can buy an AK from in the US that makes their own mount. It goes right on the gun. You can take it off, you can take it on, it returns to zero. There's no fitting required, no tools required. And it takes a standard aim point optic and it mounts it right on top of the gun.
While this Texas ranch is home to many exotic species, tonight, our quarry is a little closer to home, namely hogs.
We're going to do some night hunting, and we're going to use some night vision and thermal and try to clean the rest of these hogs out of here, which are an invasive species. They're damaging to wildlife and they're damaging to agriculture in the state of Texas, and so we're really looking forward to that.
This ranch is actually one of the original ranches that brought in exotics in 1960s. We have such a problem with the feral hogs in Texas that we shoot on site. They tear up our fences, they go underneath, they tear them up, they'll run off a bunch of our exotic animals, which is obviously our livelihood. They'll get into our feed pens, they'll knock over our feeders, they get big, gnarly, just big tusks. They're dangerous as well. But they tear up a lot of our areas that we plant where we're trying to harvest our hay and whatnot. If you don't manage them, then they just take over the place.
But hogs aren't the only danger that Ryan has faced.
I was hiring cooks for my hunting camp. So I had shown her around. She even took a picture with the dead pig. And then that night when I tell her, okay, well, we'll let you know when you're going to work, he pulls out a gun and shoots me.
I mean, I have death threats all the time from vegans who don't believe in hunting.
And they found emails that she was following me and trying to hurt me, and she actually had emailed one of her friends that tonight's the night.
Then he's like, do you guys want to see the scar?
That's crazy. So she wants to use violence to stop people from hunting.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
We thought, if we wait, the rain's going to break, and we'll take out the Nite Site. We'll get on these pigs. We'll maybe have some moonlight.
I mean, that thing that on the front of this thing looks like you got a spotlight here.
It's pretty unusual to be raining this much here in Texas this time of year.
It's pouring rain, and not just a rain, but this like mist, fog.
Well, we're gonna ride out there and get to the area. Oh, cool.
A lot of times driving around these ranches, we just throw our guns in the back, scopes get bumped off, customers come after a plane, whatnot, and it's all just jolted. We have to zero. We take half a day trying to get their scopes back on after they've already spent all the time at home doing it. So that was a perfect gun. I'm amazed by the reliability of it being in the weather, especially.
Riding it out. Bad day to wear glasses. Probably one of the most difficult hunts that we've had in a while. We took off. Of course, we're hunting with AK, so it doesn't matter what the rain. One of the things with the Nite Site is when you get out in place, it's great if you're sitting in a position and shooting. But trying to locate the hogs, we were on them a couple times. Got them on the move. It's just difficult to pick them up with all the weather going on, especially being at nighttime.
You're over here to the right. I just didn't run. He just ran to the right over here.
We feel that the hogs were just looking at us and laughing and running away.
We got a spot on a couple of them, just couldn't get on them. It was coming down pretty hard, pretty steady. So, we were out there just getting soaked. We gave it our best shot.
Probably, I'll say the most rain that I've probably hunted in my life.
We ran all the way to the bottom and come back, and nothing. No sign of them. Last night was a wet, soggy adventure that did not end up with any hogs on the ground.
Don't miss part 2, when we leave nighttime behind and take on these hogs in broad daylight. Does the Century Arms AK-47 and its revolutionary side scope mount have what it takes to battle the weather and more? We'll find out